Donald Trump is to make his first UK visit as president, would you believe it, on Friday, the 13th of July.
Someone's having a laugh, aren't they? Goodness me. It'll not be the full-blown state visit promised when Theresa May visited the White House in January last year, and already thousands of campaigners have vowed to take to the streets in protest.
Well, joining us now is Guardian columnist Owen Jones, who has already said that thousands are planning to attend that protest he's organising, and Charlie Wolf, an American talk show host, who says Trump should be shown the respect his office deserves. Good morning to both of you this morning. So, Owen, I think you say 29,000 people on Facebook have already said they're going to attend.
35,000 today. Oh, surging.
Surging as we speak.
The United States is a wonderful country. It's a country which is, you know, the country which millions fought against racism and slavery and fought for civil rights. The majority of Americans, of course, abhor Donald Trump. Most Americans didn't even vote for him, as a matter of fact. Look, the right to freedom of expression and protest is one of our most sacred rights. Our ancestors fought and died for it. And, you know, if Donald Trump chooses to speak of sexually assaulting women, of grabbing them by their genitals, and has numerous sexual harassment and assault accusations against him, if he chooses to talk of Mexicans as rapists and criminals, if he talks about Muslims, a quarter of the world's population, of course, many of our fellow citizens are Muslims, with racist generalisations, including, of course, being called racist by his own party, the Republican Party, who have very different views from my own, and if he chooses to promote a British fascist organisation like Britain First by retweeting their racist videos, then we have our right to express our abhorrence of those views and everything that they stand for. No, he didn't. Well, he didn't apologise. He said he would consider apologising, but in any case, he has a history of retweeting racist and white supremacist accounts, and indeed described white supremacists in America as very fine people.
So, Charlie, it's not just Owen. Owen loves a protest. It's all sorts. I mean, you do. I mean, don't you love a protest? You're always out doing it.
It's a proud British tradition.
It's a proud.
Hey, it's fun. You set your tent up, a little bit of music, have some fun.
But all sorts of people say they want to take a stand. London's Mayor, Sadiq Khan, has said he will no doubt see that Londoners hold their liberal values of freedom of speech very dear. He tweeted out. Joe Swinson, Liberal Democrat deputy leader, has said protesting against a man with dangerous, misogynistic and racist views is our responsibility. When he comes to the UK, the Liberal Democrats will be front and centre of the protest. So it's not going to be a comfortable visit for Donald Trump, is it? Will he be expecting it? Is it the right way to approach his visit?
Well, they've been protests for every president, I think, that's ever come here. Reagan was protested. H.W. Bush was protested. I think even Obama, there was protests. It just, when you're in that sort of slot, you get protested. But I think it just strikes me as being disingenuous, a lot of this. A lot of the stuff that's being protested is either domestic American policy, which, again, really is no one's business other than America's. We have elected him. He is the president. And I just don't see where it's getting anyone. It's just all over the place. It's not focused or anything.
You can see if people are trying to do deals with President Trump, your protests aren't going to make it very easy for them, are they?
I think it's unfortunate and kind of morally questionable to say that we don't speak out about racism and bigotry for those reasons. We need to show as a country that we have moral leadership. I would be ashamed if somebody like Donald Trump came to this country and nobody spoke, there wasn't a murmur of dissent. It's a responsibility to protest.
As Owen rightly pointed out, there will be a lot of protesters, and we have a proud tradition of being able to protest and voice our opinion, and nobody wants that to stop. How will Donald Trump react to that? Is he going to... Because it seems like he's very sensitive to some of these things. We've seen how he's reacted in the past. Will he be able to cope with it? Will he be sort of forearmed and forewarned?
Oh, he gets this every day. You know, we get it from the press in the States. We had Julie Etchingham interviewing Bill Gates the other night, was asking if he was morally fit to be president. He doesn't really care about any of this stuff. He's a businessman.
You don't think he'll care?
No, not for... Actually, he'll probably think, if he gets a big protest, he'll want to know if it's the biggest protest that ever...
He's famously thick-skinned, isn't he?
He was declared more in favour of gay marriage before Obama came out.
Wow.
All right?
Wow, OK, so...
He was the guy that was, when they were keeping Jews out of hotels in Florida, is the one that went around and broke that and opened it up so others could get in. So he's proven himself not to be a racist.
Yeah, he's a real icon of progressive values.
He has.
He's somebody at the moment, for example, LGBT rights, that's a very, very striking point. He's somebody, of course, who's trying to ban trans people from serving in the military. This is somebody who has a record of speaking against the civil rights of minorities and actually legislating against them. And I think it's important at a time, particularly with trans rights on the rise, but also facing a backlash. That's just one striking example of trying to ban a minority from serving in the military.
We do have a history of doing
it's also
business
interesting.
with all sorts of
The top story of the hour, of course, was we saw the two Korean presidents meeting. Who do you think was behind all of that?
China?
Who initiated it all? It was Trump.
What career watchers have pointed out is actually it's largely China who are behind this, and also the fact the South Korean president is promoting a so-called sunshine policy of engagement. But look, at the moment, on international stuff, very good point, he's talking now about possible military confrontation with Iran. That could make the Iraq war look like a picnic in terms of the destabilisation of that region. And that's just another example, that hawkish, militaristic foreign policy, which is a danger for all of us, and that's why we need to protest.
The last guys leading from behind didn't do too well either. So I think we've moved a lot forward, more so than we had in the last 8 years.
I don't think most people watching this want war around the consequent military chaos.
I don't think there's going to be
huge loss of lives.
I don't think there's going to be military chaos so far. It seems to have got people to back down.
Just so we're clear, would you support a war with Iran? Because
I would support standing up to Iran, which is what he wants to do, and he thinks that.
Does a military confrontation with Iran worry you at all? Loss of life that will ensue.
I don't think that's going to happen. You're asking a hypothetical, so I can't,
It's more than a hypothetical.
It's a hypothetical.
Well, look, we're going to have to leave it there, I'm afraid.